Are you trans and you don't know how to come out? Well, it just so happens that this video is about you. Okay, so first things first, how do you know that you want to come out? So you're not owed to come out to anyone. I know there's this idea that if you're trans or gay or whatever, you have to come out. You don't. You should if you want to, but you don't have to. Now, some reasons may be HRT/transitioning. It's easier to get HRT without people noticing. People obviously do take HRT while being closeted. It happens, but then there comes a certain point where, certain questions will start coming out, and it's not gonna be very easy in the age where everyone knows about trans people to be like, oh no, like, I'm just like gamer aesthetic. And so, like, boys have long hair in gamer culture. No, that's not gonna work at some point. May work at first, but eventually I'm gonna start boobs, and they're gonna be like, gamer boys also boobs. They don't. Well, most of them don't. Then also, if you want your loved ones to know, now this is a big one. Not everyone deserves it. Like, you don't just come out to everyone you know, but definitely it's easier when you tell your parents, because then it becomes like, oh, I can transition and everything, because like my guardians know I'm talking about people underage. And so that's easier, but you should only want to come out to people that you want to come out to. You don't owe everyone an explanation. That's just the simple fact. We're raised to believe that we do, but we don't. Okay, next. Possibly not getting misgendered. Why I say possibly? People can suck. And so yeah, but there is a infinitely higher chance that you'll get gendered properly, because right now you're not. So the only way you can go is up. Start from the bottom, now we're here, but like, you literally can't go further down than them not knowing, you know? So yeah, that's definitely a big positive. It's also kind of just a rite of passage, like symbol of like, this is me, this is my new life, I'm doing this. Everyone needs to get on board, because this is me now.
This is real, this is me, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be.
And so it's kind of symbolic to be like, hey, I'm this. This is my life now. Everyone in my life needs to know that this is what I am. And it's kind of like a way to full send, be like, I'm all in now. And that's always kind of cool. Okay, when you shouldn't come out. Now, I want to say that any of these reasons, even if you have all of them, you can still come out if you want to. It's your choice. That I can't tell you what to do. But be careful if you're unsure. But it's still optional. So if you're unsure if you're trans, maybe wait a bit. Maybe try and explore a bit and figure out whether that is you, so that you're not coming out and then be like, no, actually I'm not, and then a year later being like, actually no, but maybe I am. It's easier to just do it once. Make sure you're that, and then do it once. It's just tons easier like that. Then also, if you're unsure of your safety, if you don't know if either there'll be physical abuse or if you'll be kicked out, stuff like that, even verbal abuse, just any kind of unsafety, you should be careful about. I couldn't come out until I was 23. Oh god, I want to be on one of those good channels that always knows these things. But I think it was 23 or 24. But yeah, because it was unsafe for me to come out to my parents, and I never came out to my parents, because I don't have a relationship with them anymore. But I wouldn't have come out, I don't think, had I still had a relationship with them. And so it's very careful to know like where you're safe and where you're not safe. Okay, next. If you're uncomfortable in any way, that's always a sign. How do I know whether I should come out or not? If you're uncomfortable, don't. Just simple. That's your body being like, hey, we're not ready for this, or hey, we're unsure about this. Don't do it. That your body gives you those signals for a reason. It's not just fucking around being like, I don't know, bro, I'm just feeling like today is not the day. No, that's your body being like, hey, I feel unsafe or uncomfortable in some way. Okay, next. So you've decided you want to, yay! Okay, how? So what I would recommend first is find a safe person, someone that you know is going to be like, oh my god, that's amazing, love that for you, pronounce correctly, just all of that, just the most allied person you know.
I'm not like homophobic. I'm an ally.
Try and go with them first, because then you know that it's most likely, or even guaranteed, that you're going to get a good reaction, so you're not stressing about that. You're more stressing about how you say it, because half the stress is how you say it, and then the other half is how they react. If you take the how they react out of it, it's a lot easier. Then tell them what you're comfortable with. they're not owed your life story. You don't have to give them a whole story of being like, see, here's artifact 1, 2, and 3 that prove that I was like this even younger. No, if you want to do that, that's great, and that's like letting people in, and that's amazing. I love that for you. But they're not owed that. You don't have to do a whole investigation into why you think you're this. No, like just be like, I'm this, and it's their job to just say, okay. And if they don't do that, they're not doing their job. So that's on them, not on you. Okay. After that, start telling everyone else you know. But remember, you're not owed to people. So you don't need to, like, meet every time you meet someone new, be like, oh, by the way, I'm this. You can do it if you want. I found it personally pretty cool. But you don't owe it. Especially to people you're uncomfortable with telling. Like I said, it's your body's way of saying, hey, I don't want to do this. Okay, next. What I did was I posted on social media, and I changed my pronouns in my bio, and I put it in my bio, and I did everything. I posted trans rights things on my story. I just wanted everyone to be so clear on it, being like, hey, I'm trans. Please don't feel the need to ask me about this, because I've clearly stated I am this. I still had one person do it, but it's one. You know? And I have loads of friends who aren't allies, so like the fact that I only had one person message me, pretty cool. Okay, remember, this should be fun. Okay, it's not something you should be dreading. So you should also not just tell people, but start doing the fun stuff. Start going online and looking for clothes. Maybe go in person and look for. That's so much fun. Start considering your chosen name. Start looking at HRT and researching the whole process before you even book the appointment. And even if you don't want to do that, I think it's always just cool to look at that. And because when you research HRT, there's a lot of stuff that show that being trans is a biological thing. And so this idea that you're trans just because someone convinced you are is ridiculous. And it kind of proves that even if you don't want to medically transition, I think it's good to show you yourself even that it's not you making it up. It really helps to do a lot of research into that. I can make a video on that if you guys want. But the point is, it's just helpful to remember that this is not you thinking yourself into being trans. It's a medical thing. Like I said, I can make a video going into that if everyone wants. But yeah. Okay, so that's it from me. But I hope that everyone subscribes. Force of habit. I hope that everyone takes away whatever they needed from this video. If you were looking for permission to come out, I'm not going to do that. If you're looking for a script, I'm not going to do that either. But I really do hope that you learned a lot from this video, and I hope you feel more comfortable in whatever way that means for you. Like, if that means not coming out, if that means coming out. Yeah, just let me know your thoughts, your experiences. I want to know everything. I've been really happy with the support and engagement from the community lately around my channel, and I really appreciate that. But I want to learn more about you guys. I want to know things, so comments, tell me about things. You're really not burdening me about that. I promise. I enjoy this. I'm not just trying to make money on YouTube. I genuinely love this stuff. So please comment more. I want to know more about you guys.